Hi, my name's Scott Frankel. Welcome to Understanding My Credit Report. Now, with all this talk about credit reports and credit scores, do you really understand how they work, how to read them, or what they even mean? Are you going to be shocked now when I tell you these so-called credit scores you see online or on TV, some of you are paying monthly for, are not your real credit scores? Read the fine print, the real small fine print. It'll tell you these scores are for educational purposes only. I've been in the lending business almost 15 years. I've seen these credit scores on these credit reports vary as much as 50 points from a real retail lender's credit report. Only a lender can pull your real credit score, or you can purchase them directly from the credit bureaus. You see, now the new credit score plateau is no longer 720. It's now 750 or higher to get the best rates on mortgages, auto loans, and credit cards. Now, this video is to help people with good credit scores obtain excellent credit scores, aiming at a level of 750 or higher. Understanding how your credit report works, how to read it, but most important, what affects the credit scores the most. See, the credit scores are not called just credit scores at the credit bureaus and lenders. They're called credit risk scores. And it's that risk most people do not understand that correlates to the limits and the balances that equal your credit risk. Credit history plus credit risk equals credit scores. For instance, are you someone with good credit scores? Say you're in the high 600s, low 700s. You've never made a late payment, or it's been a long, long time. Yet your credit scores never seem to go up, or they fluctuate, and you don't know why. It's that risk factor you need to understand today forward as credit limits tighten. I'll give you an example. You could go out and get a $25,000 or $30,000 car loan and it not affect your credit score as much, if at all. Yet, if you applied for a $5,000 credit card, charged $3,500 or $4,000 on it, it would most likely affect your credit scores adversely almost right away. Why? Because one's an installment loan and one's a revolving debt loan. And it's the risk factor involved in revolving debt loans that I want to educate you about today. Another negative credit score trap that shocks many are these short-term, interest-free, same as cash loans. Even a borrower with an 800 credit score can see their credit scores drop 20 points if you do not apply properly for these loans. Another thing you need to be warned about that many people don't realize. Do you have a debit card? If you do, it's a MasterCard or Visa, it appears on your credit report. And very often with account information, you would rather be kept private. Now, after watching this video, many of you with good and excellent credit habits will be able to pick up the phone and call your credit card company and make a very simple request that'll lower your risk and most likely raise your credit scores within 30 to 60 days. You may also be able to negotiate a lower interest rate. And now that the new Credit Card Reform Act laws are designed to help you, it's time you know how they work and how to best take them to your advantage. And no, I'm not going to show you that stupid graph chart that everybody else gives you, showing you how credit can range from 300 to 850 on your scores. That was only helpful when you were 18 years old starting out. And I'm not going to give you confusing credit terminology. As a matter of fact, if you have any questions, you'll be able to email me directly and get a response within 72 hours if you have a fairly simple question not already addressed in the video. The 12 topics I will cover are reading a credit report and understanding how it works using my own as an example. You will also get to see a retail credit report as well as a lender's credit report, because that's the only one that really matters when you apply for a loan. And this one is essential as it folds into all the other related topics. Understanding how revolving debt, like credit card, department store charge cards, have the most impact on your credit if not used correctly. And that is what unknowingly lowers most people's credit scores. And as you've heard me say before, these same as cash offers for 60 days to 6 months with interest free can really hurt your credit scores unless you apply for the loan properly. Number 4, why in some cases you should change your billing cycle on your credit cards and all your revolving debt, and in most cases before the first day of the month. Number 5, I'll show you when you should boast or brag about your credit scores so that you're in the driver's seat and have negotiating power. Number 6, auto loans. And here's the one place you should brag about your credit scores the minute you walk in the door. We will go on location to a car dealership to help you see that car dealers make money on both the sale and the financing of the vehicle. And there's one question car dealers often ask that you should never give the answer to. Number 7, the Credit Card Reform Act and how it works for you. Many of you can use this information immediately to understand the new credit card laws and how to contact your credit card companies after you see this video and act on possibly getting a lower rate and starting to raise your credit scores all in one phone call. Number 8, an inside and a very conservative understanding of why the housing market will continue to lose value and why credit is the reason. Number 9, how to opt out from these credit agencies to avoid being marketed when you have your credit pulled. Yes, believe it or not, you have to request your privacy these days. Number 10, how to safely and simply protect yourself from fraud without having to pay money to someone else every month to monitor your credit and know your Social Security number and all your personal information. Number 11, score changes on your credit report from erroneous information. Sometimes in the business we refer to as score wizard. Yes, it's actually possible if there's erroneous information for us to have your credit score changed within 5 business days. I've done it many times in this business. Now, auto dealers often have that option as well, and they don't realize it. Number 12, and last but not least, delinquent credit. Now, first understand the word credit means credit history. If you've had real delinquencies in your past, there's no way to erase history. Most important, this video will show you how to obtain the best scores now and in the future and increase the current risk scores you have. So when they're pulled by a lender, you get the best interest rates, pay the lowest fees, and have the negotiating power that you need. And remember, you will have an opportunity after watching it to email me personally and will most likely get a response within the next day or 2 when possible. And by the way, I give you my word, I'm not going to be selling your email address or any of your information. That's not what this video is about. Now, I do realize, because there is a cost associated with this, only 20 or 25% of you are going to review this video. But I know the referrals you're going to send me. You see, I've demonstrated this before in people's homes. And right after I do it, you know what they usually say? Scott, can you show us this again? If you have adult children, this video could be the best gift that you ever sent them. Because if they ever do get overextended on their credit, who do you think they're going to most likely call? It's probably going to be you. And it's going to cost a whole lot more than $20 or $25 to get them out of their situation. Now, thanks for listening. And you're all set up to watch UnderstandingMyCreditReport.com. And remember, after reviewing the video, if you still have questions about your credit report or how your credit works in general, you'll be able to email me directly. And for a limited time only, I'm giving you the option to talk to me by phone directly so I can help you understand how your credit report works. Now enjoy the video and get ready to learn a lot of information on understanding your credit and understanding your credit report.